Hello all, and welcome back to my devlog where I make a game engine and try to make a game in it. As promised, for the months of May and June, I worked on improvements to the Epic Online Services networking system. The big reason for these updates was to remove hacks that were added in the first attempt. For example, I added a hack to store the username in the player's data instead of using the provided functions. This worked by the game setting the name of the player every time they started the game, and anyone who needed the name would query the player's account to get the name. This also gives me some control over the name, like only allowing ASCII characters, which was a constraint at the time. And the system would generate a new name if the conditions are not met. I wanted to change this because it enforced the developer portal side of things to be configured in a certain way, and the whole system would break if something was incorrect. So for these reasons, I wanted to move to using the built-in methods to get the username. Unfortunately, they were a bit more limiting than I had thought they would be. Unlike my hack, using base EOS, I cannot get the username straight from the account. Instead, I need to have the user send their name to anyone who needs it. This is okay when both users are online and partying together, or they can talk to each other freely. But if one of them is offline, or they are not in a party, then the usernames cannot be sent between the two. The only offline case I need to worry about is the usernames on the leaderboards. Luckily, Epic Online Services sends the usernames with the leaderboard entries, so that is not an issue. The not in a party limit, on the other hand, is an issue. When someone is trying to send an invite to a friend, there exists a possibility that the person receiving the invite will not know the name of the sender, and that is a usability issue. Now, I was going to spend some time here to talk about alternate ways to get friends together, but when looking through some patch notes, I found that this also has been solved in an update. It allows me to send custom data with the invite, allowing me to attach the sender's name for the recipient. Using the EOS provided usernames means that I do not have control over the ASCII only constraints anymore. So I added a way to draw non-ASCII characters to the screen. This was done by adding a new render path that draws the characters over the pixel rendering. When a special character is drawn, the system loads it from a font file into an image, and the image is then drawn as a quad onto the screen. A side effect of doing it this way is that the special character renders at a higher resolution than the rest of the game. I am also not taking any spacing into account, so it looks weird in these sorts of situations. It's not a perfect solution, but it is serviceable for now. It may be updated later. The last update is to finish a way to upgrade anonymous accounts to full accounts. Remember that an anonymous account is an account that does not have any credentials attached to it, so players can have access to the full online services without needing to sign up with an authentication provider. This function attaches credentials to an anonymous account and turning them into full accounts. A problem arises here if the credentials that the player wants to use are already attached to another account. My solution to fix this problem is to load both accounts briefly and ask the game to merge them into one account. This is to ensure that the best of each account is used going forward. Work on all these updates to the networking system made me think what else could use an upgrade path to improve the engine, and that led me to coming up with an entire list of things that I could change. Well, most of it has to do with how the different systems interact with each other, but I'll get to those in another video. Thank you for watching and see you all next time.